In the previous lesson, we explored what it means to practice deeply. The Heart Sutra now tells us that Avalokiteshvara was practicing the perfection of wisdom. This phrase is the very heart of the sutra. It points to a wisdom so profound that it transforms how we see ourselves, others, and the entire world. It is not merely knowledge collected from books or teachings. It is a direct understanding of reality that cuts through confusion and leads to freedom from suffering. Today, we will explore what the perfection of wisdom truly means and why it is considered the highest form of wisdom in Buddhism. The Sanskrit term for perfection of wisdom is Prajnaparamita. Prajna means wisdom, and paramita means perfection or going beyond. Together, the phrase can be understood as the wisdom that carries one beyond. Imagine a traveler trying to cross a dangerous river. On one shore are fear, attachment, and suffering. On the opposite shore are peace, freedom, and awakening. Ordinary knowledge may help the traveler understand the river, but the perfection of wisdom actually carries the traveler across it. This wisdom is not about gathering more information. It is about seeing reality exactly as it is. Many people possess great knowledge yet continue to suffer. They may understand philosophy, science, or religion, but still become overwhelmed by anger, fear, or disappointment. Knowledge tells us that everything changes. Wisdom deeply realizes that everything changes. Knowledge says that possessions cannot bring lasting happiness. Wisdom no longer clings to possessions for happiness. Consider someone reading hundreds of books about fire. They may know its temperature, chemistry, and behavior, but that knowledge is different from directly feeling the warmth of a flame. In the same way, wisdom comes from direct experience rather than intellectual understanding alone. Avalokiteshvara did not merely think about wisdom, he realized it. The perfection of wisdom is called perfect because it sees beyond the distortions created by the ego. Ordinary perception often views the world through personal desires and fears. We see situations not as they are, but as we want them to be. This creates misunderstanding and suffering. Perfect wisdom removes these distortions. Imagine looking through a window covered with dust. The landscape outside appears unclear and distorted. Cleaning the window does not create a new landscape. It simply reveals what was already there. The perfection of wisdom works in the same way. It clears away ignorance so reality can be seen directly. Most of our lives are spent dividing the world into categories: good and bad, success and failure, friend and enemy. These labels can be useful, but they are not reality itself. A mountain does not call itself a mountain. A cloud does not know it is a cloud. These labels exist in the mind. Reality is always richer and more complex than the concepts we place upon it. The perfection of wisdom helps us see beyond rigid mental labels. It allows us to experience life directly, rather than through the filter of assumptions and judgments. This does not mean abandoning practical thinking. It means understanding that concepts are tools, not ultimate truths. One of the greatest insights of wisdom is recognizing that nothing exists independently. Consider a simple cup of tea. It contains rain from the sky, sunlight, soil, farmers, transportation, and countless conditions that made it possible. Remove any one of these conditions, and the tea would not exist. The same is true for ourselves. Our bodies depend on food, air, water, parents, society, and countless other causes and conditions. When wisdom sees this interconnected nature, the illusion of a completely separate self begins to weaken. From this understanding, compassion naturally grows, because we realize that our lives are deeply connected with the lives of others. Much of suffering comes from clinging. We cling to possessions, opinions, relationships, and even our sense of identity. Wisdom does not force us to abandon these things. Instead, it helps us see their changing nature. Imagine holding sand in a tightly closed fist. The tighter the grip, the more sand slips away. But when the hand is open, the sand can rest naturally. Wisdom teaches us to relate to life with an open hand rather than a closed fist. We still care about people and experiences, but we no longer cling to them as though they could remain unchanged forever. This freedom from clinging is the beginning of liberation. Today, choose one object you use regularly, such as a cup, a phone, or a piece of clothing. Spend a few minutes reflecting on all the conditions that made it possible. Consider the materials, workers, transportation, natural resources, and countless unseen causes behind its existence. Notice how the object is not truly separate or independent. It exists because of many interconnected conditions. This simple exercise helps cultivate the wisdom that the Heart Sutra points toward. The perfection of wisdom is not ordinary intelligence or accumulated knowledge. It is the direct realization of reality as it truly is. It sees beyond appearances, beyond fixed concepts, and beyond the illusion of separateness. Through this wisdom, attachment loosens, compassion grows, and suffering begins to fade. Avalokiteshvara practiced this wisdom deeply, not merely as a philosophical idea, but as a living realization. Because of that realization, he was able to see the emptiness of all phenomena and relieve suffering. In our next lesson, we will explore wisdom beyond ordinary thinking and examine why the deepest truths of the Heart Sutra cannot be fully grasped through concepts alone.